Your Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Who's Your Trapper Supply. J3 Outdoors, manufacturer of the Hags Bracket and Body Trap Spring Clip. Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents. Who's Your Trapper Deer Scents. And Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
Welcome to episode 2 of Who's Your Trapper Outdoors, season 11. So on this episode, we'll continue with our Kansas trap line. And then once the Kansas gets done, we'll go to our semi-live. And then we'll wrap up the season with our Arkansas trap line. I want to remind everybody, if you have questions pertaining to trapping, for handling, that type of thing, leave them in the comments below. Or just send us an email and we'll get back to our Q&A section on YouTube show. The rendezvous coming up September 24th. It's here at Who's Your Trapper Supply. It's a good fun day. I think it's like the 17th year that we've done it. Lots of demos, good food, kids games, just the whole thing. So be sure to mark your calendars. We get people that travel from all over the Midwest actually to come here for a one-day event. So last thing I want to mention, the Trap House podcast. The most recent guest was Marty Majorado from Alaska, from the Mountain Man Show. Justin put that up last Friday. So if you haven't listened to it, it's a great conversation with a great guy. So be sure to check that out. Hope you enjoy the show. Okay, check day 2 on the Kansas line. We'll see how things go. We always have a little bit of a disadvantage of not being able to start super early because we're trying to get everything on film. And as you saw earlier, a couple days ago, we filmed Mike as he was out on his line in the dark, and it looks kind of cool, but it's pretty difficult to get it. So, and it's hard to show the location. So, anyways, we always got to start after when the sun is coming up and it's getting fairly light out. So, we're looking forward to the day. We got quite a few traps in yesterday, so we've got several to look at, and hopefully it's a good night. We had very calm, no wind last night, which should help us out quite a bit because it was really windy the night before. So, anyways, we'll see what happens.
All right, check day 2. Kind of slow this morning. Not much activity. We did punch in a few new sets on locations that we were driving by. We still got quite a bit of traps to check. Just pulled in here. This is the second day at this location, and there's a cat back there. He's laying low, thinks he's hiding from us. Yep, that had predator gravy and top dog, and I do not recall the lure. I've been using a lot of predator seducer on this trip, more so than usual, so that might be what I had at this location.
Kind of a classic pinch point because we got these hills right here, and
you can't tell on the camera how well because it's such a big area, but this fence line, there's a cattle trail. It's real brushy, real cat-like behind me here, and you got these rolling hills that funnel in right here and here. They funnel in down and run this line at the fence, and there's a trail here too, a 2-track. So a lot of intersections working right here for us. So we knew something was going to be coming along, and sure enough, Mr. Bobcat. All right, Charlie sets right here, right on the trail too. No disturbance. I did notice this. We haven't seen too much sign. If you look right here, Charlie, we did find cat droppings, so real Tootsie Rolled like. Right there, and then there's some right here. That might be the only place we've actually seen cat droppings, I believe.
Yep.
So, set on sign. That's all you can do.
And if you can't find sign, you just got to set where you think they're going to be. So.
Right. Yeah. Get a closer look at this cat.
Yep.
Caught really nice, not going anywhere.
Not a real big one, but
no,
it's a cat.
Got a JC Connor shock spring. He tore the backing up here. There was just a little twig. It was more or less more of a flat set, and I just piled in a little tiny hole where I could get some top dog in. Sometimes these beat down cattle trails, they're just solid rock. They're hard to get a dirt hole in. But did the job. We're gonna remake this, and now it's gonna have even more attraction to it. So, all right, got the remake done. Dirt hole here. There's some sheep's wool and top dog still down in there. I did go ahead and re-lure with a little bit of finicky feline. He's got it tore up enough here, or she. Urine. I don't see any droppings. Oh yeah, right here. So plenty of attractant here working for this set. So hopefully another one comes by, maybe a mate, something traveling looking for a female. We've done that several times in the past. Charlie's done it a handful of times really, where he'd catch a cat and then the next day catch one in the exact same spot. So you just never know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, getting this late in the year, that getting to their breeding season. So
good deal. We're excited. That's my personal first time catching a bobcat in Kansas. My first experience trapping Kansas. Traveled through, but never had a chance to trap it. So pretty cool feeling. It's not the best cat in the world, but it's still a bobcat.
That's right.
Keep going. Still rolling on check day 2. First coyote of the trip for us.
Yep.
My very first personal Kansas coyote. Very nice, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Better than home for sure.
Yeah.
Paler, softer. Show you what we got going here. We've got this edge
Right.
off this winter wheat field, and just over the behind Justin there's a drainage. And as you can see in front of the truck, kind of a 2-track along the milo field, and then coming in this way we've got the winter wheat on the one side and the milo, so we've got the crop change up, the creek behind us,
Fence line.
just kind of a no-brainer location. So
Yeah. I think we saw tracks here.
we did see some sign here.
So pretty cool. We're gonna take care of him, remake. Obviously I was using top dog, had some predator gravy on the backing, and I was using black gold for lure on this particular set. So
all right, we're just skinning as we go. This stuff's warm, and it's a lot easier to skin it now than it is later. And these coyotes are really, they're smaller than what we have at home, so they're kind of a little easier to handle, I think. Are they, Justin?
oh yeah.
And they're warm, so
They're warm, so yeah, they're peeling.
we've already skinned the bobcat. We kind of got them. I'm opening them up, getting them all prepped up, and Justin's pulling them down. So
Yep. I just wish the tree was a little taller.
should have put it on up that other limb over here.
This is a pretty fatty coyote here.
Yeah, yeah, he was living right, probably eating turkeys.
There we go.
We've actually got beavers in this pond right here behind us, and we're not really here to trap beavers, but if the ice goes out, we're going to help the rancher out and see if we can get them caught. So
Okay, check day 2. Of course, caught the 3 coons yesterday, bobcat, coyote today, and Justin and I have kind of regrouped. The areas that we're in, for the most part, are better, probably better bobcat areas than they are coyote areas. We just set one up here, and this one looks really good for coyotes. There was a dead deer actually down here by a stock pond. We'll show that tomorrow, particularly if there's a coyote sitting there. But in general, I think what we've got lends itself better to bobcat trapping, so, which is just fine with us. As you can see, kind of winding down on the day. I think we'll probably set a few more traps yet. Looking forward to tomorrow for sure, and I'll give you an update on locations, how many locations we got set, because I'm not sure. I need to look that up. So anyways, looking forward to tomorrow.
Hags trapping products by J3 Outdoors, the most versatile and efficient trapping devices on the market.
Hold him up, Mike. Let's see him. What do you got?
Yeah, this is a little one.
It's still pretty.
Yep.
Mike's gonna demo here. What exactly are we doing here, Mike?
We're going to skin it, and I'll show you how to take the scent glands off, and then extract the essence out of the glands.
Okay.
So let me get my gloves.
I hear a coyote howling.
Crazy thing.
Over there, over there. Get these sandburrs off of here.
They're laughing at us.
They were walking right by my traps today down this road, like 2 feet away.
Justin
Like-
had one pull out, and then we had a couple like just didn't fully, just didn't step in the right place. That's frustrating when they just walk by and they don't even,
I know it.
especially when you need how many? 2 more, 3 more, 2 more. Surely.
You want your knife pretty sharp. See the pods are right on either side here, and there's like little. Well, I better not fool around with it too much, but so
You can feel it by hand, I'm sure.
yeah. So you just
Doing a heel to heel cut.
you do the. Want to make sure you go straight toward the butthole. You don't want to go to either side, or that could be a disaster. So I always don't put a lot of pressure when you're pulling down, because it can.
Ooze it out of there.
Yeah. So
You can see them.
just make little easy cuts. There it is, right there's his testicle.
Those are the that's the pod.
That's the pod right there.
That's
Where
what
that-
holds.
That's full.
That's
where
what
that,
holds the essence.
that red muscle, and then there's fat over it. So you get by it like that, then you're fairly safe. But so
Now, if you nick that, is it just going to ooze out, or is it going to be projectile?
no, it'll just ooze out. So here I am taking down that now. Go on the other side. Just you got to keep pulling on this skin right here, and just kind of. There'll be one on the other side. Doesn't look like it's going to be quite as big. He sprayed a little bit, but it was just a little squirt. But yeah, there's hardly anything on the other side. So
You ever heard an idea on how often they regenerate that? Like if they spray.
I don't know. I think they kind of conserve it. Let me get rid of these nuts here. Get them out of the way.
So if one side's
See, that's only got
empty,
there's now you just kind of grab right there near the butthole, and just
This is a family show, Mike. Call it a vent.
see how I'm separating that fat, and there's the rectum.
And so this essence is not urine. A lot of people
No,
say
no.
those skunks pee.
So there it is, right there. And that's a nice size one.
How many ounces do you think is in that once you extract it? Well, I guess we'll find
Probably
out.
almost 2 ounces, I would guess. 1.5 to 2 ounces. Now, The reason I do that is now you can do anything with this skunk, pull on him any old way, and you don't have anything to worry about. You know, he's...
Everything else is the same. Case skin him out.
Yep, and they skin very easily.
And they're nice to flesh too.
Yeah, they're not hard to flash at all. So, just get that tail out, maybe. Get my tail puller here I've had for probably 25 years. And there's a little bit of back strap needs to cut off, but
Nice and fatty.
I always grab them like that because sometimes this foot will pull off, so hold like that and get it worked down. Use that steel to kind of You can smell that acetone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just like skinning any other animal, do the face. And
Voila.
I would say that's an extra large skunk. And it's got nice white stripes on it, not yellow. So
Yeah, very pretty.
that's a good one. I really need a bigger thing because there's going to be, I'm going to have to go back in the same hole to get all of it out.
Right. Yeah, mine are. I did.
So you just want to
Wow, that's amazing how much is in there.
28 milliliters is an ounce. See, that's like, and it's about, I gotta remember that hole was. Now if I could go in that, there may be a little bit left.
Now, can you tell when it's empty, will start drawing fat, or what's it look like?
Yeah, the fat will kind of come out, and I don't know if this is, I may, it maybe you got it all out. There, a little bit left, but it'll create a vacuum inside that, and it'll just kind of squeeze it a little bit, get that, but it'll go.
Nice.
That should be all of it. So this is almost going on 2 ounces, an ounce a side, almost. This is when the thing plunger kind of almost wants to come apart. It's kind of binding up in there. So stand back, Justin.
Oh man. The camera's got a good zoom. smells great out here.
Only a trapper can appreciate this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about all I'm going to get out of that one. So that's pretty good.
So that actually makes that skunk more valuable than these coyotes.
Yeah.
Between the skin and that essence.
Yeah, that's what I just got out of that pod there. Almost, I'd say $35
Yeah. So
worth
then,
of essence.
and then you got the skin, which
Yeah.
is probably 5 to 10.
Right.
And then you can sell those empty glands.
These are like
pods.
$25 a quart for
So
those.
they don't add up real quick, but that's still something.
Yeah.
So that skunk is worth more than that coyote lane right there.
If you want to go even further, you can actually sell the skulls.
You could. Yeah. Yeah.
And they make lure base out of the fat.
Right. Right. That's
But I
another-
never I've never saved the fat. Just, you go so far, what else can I do?
Right. Right.
String the guts out and make sausage casings or something.
I'd like to see that. We'll demo that.
Trapping has been a lifelong passion of mine. Back in 1976, I started Hoosier Trapper Supply, and we've had the privilege of serving trappers across this great country for all these years. We carry a complete line of traps and trapping equipment. You can check us out at HoosierTrapperSupply.com.
Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country.